Hey, Steve Zook here. Good morning. Welcome back to Pokesoo Channel and the Guitar Ladder System. Um, hey, here's kind of I've been collecting guitars for over 40 years. I love to collect, and I have several, the Nippon Gakki made in Japan Yamaha guitars. Even some of the Nippon Gakki made in other countries is great, but the ones made in Japan really have a special quality. Now this is a G170A nylon string, solid top, Nippon Gakki label. It's got the kind of brownish label with the gold lettering. This guitar needs some work, but it really has an interesting. I have it tuned low and ultra tuning. It needs to have the saddle lowered. That might be enough for some people. The neck starts to make kind of a dip around the 9th and 10th fret, so that could be corrected, could not be corrected, depending on what you want to do. But yeah, these Nippon Gakki, I also have an acoustic guitar. I think it's an FG 140 or 150 that's a steel string that sounds incredible. It's pretty much ready to go. This would be a good guitar for somebody who would like a little project to do. And I have a friend that has one of these G170A Nippon Gakkis made in Japan, and man, does it sound good. And you can pick this guitar up. It's been kind of just sitting in the corner for a while, but even when I just pick it up, it starts to kind of growl. It really has an interesting quality. These are super old strings on it. Anyway, like I said, age-wise, it's probably made in the 70s or 80s. It's got a solid top. It's a little rough on the top, but it's got a really nice piece of wood on the top with some real nice silking patterns, these kind of sideways figure in the wood. And it's got a nice back. I'm not sure if that's mahogany or rosewood. I think it might be rosewood. But it says made in Japan on the back of the neck. I'm not sure if you can see that. But it says made in Japan on the back of the neck. And like I said, any of the Nippon Gakki stuff, most people are more familiar with, like the FG 180 orange label Nippon Gakki. My steel string FG 140 or 150, I forget, it's one of those, has the orange Nippon Gakki label. This one has the gold lettering with the kind of brown label. I'm not sure if you can see that. But this guitar has got some magic mojo. It just needs, like I said, you could just lower the saddle a little bit if you needed to. You could even you could just do a you could also just real lightly sand the bridge down. A lot of luthiers like to sell neck resets. They make a lot of money on it, but it's not the only way to go. You can also just take a bridge and just sand the bridge down very lightly so you don't loosen any braces, very light touch, and then that will allow you to take the saddle down even further. So that could be done to this guitar. Somebody, like I said, it starts to kind of dip a little, some in the neck around the 9th, 10th fret. So it's got some bow in there, but it's got some mojo. This guitar, I'm almost tempted to dial it in myself just because I love hearing a guitar come to life. And these are really old strings, so. But anyway, it's a Yamaha, like I said, G170A, solid top, made in Japan. Yamaha guitars made in Japan are really special. Most guitars made in Japan are very special. But like I've always said a million times, every guitar is a little bit different. But I have a friend that has one of these, and man, it just growls and sings. And this guitar would be a good project for somebody. Like I said, you don't have to look at it as a major thing. But Anyway, I'd love to see this guitar get a good home. It'd be a fun little project for somebody. But yeah, made in Japan, Nippon Gakki. Most people are more familiar with the orange label Nippon Gakki, but even ones like this that have the stamp on the back that say made in Japan are very special and have a lot of magic mojo, which this guitar has. So like I said, it has a couple things, but anyway. If you have any interest, text me 714-548-0385. Some wiggle on it, but this is a very collectible guitar. I wouldn't even mind dialing it in, but I've got a lot of guitars already. Or email me, stevezook7@yahoo.com. That's STEVEZOOK, the number 7, not spelled out, at yahoo.com. But yeah, made in Japan, Nippon Gakki stuff, really cool. Some of the best guitars I've ever played have been Nippon Gakki, made in Japan. It's like Chet Atkins said, every guitar is a little bit different. And I hear things in this guitar that I don't even hear in some of my guitars worth thousands. So it's a pretty interesting thing, All right, folks, take care. Hopefully you can see that made in Japan on the back of the headstock. But yeah, this is a neat guitar. It kind of growls and has some really nice airy definition and a kind of organic magic mojo. It just needs a little attention and be a fun project for somebody. I may even do it myself if I don't sell it in the next few months, because I'm just kind of curious to. Every guitar records differently and has a different voice. It's so unique. All right, let's all keep the positive faith. If you had the faith of a mustard seed, you could move mountains. Ciao.